Someone, guys. So in a rugby group that I was in, they shared snippets of a podcast that Hungani Ndlovu had done on a podcast. Yeah, Sisi Pasi Kutle. It just shows you how out of touch I am with certain worlds. I didn't know who those people were at all. I watched this podcast just because they were talking about parenting, and it was a discussion in one of the groups that I was in. His views, I again have no idea or had no idea who Hungani Ndlovu is until listening to him. He's an actor, personality, and Usis Pasi, she's also, I think, an actress. I'm not too sure on what, but again, I'm not listening to judge their profession. I'm actually just trying to understand what they're talking about. And they spoke about parenting. Her podcast is about parents. It was the first episode I've watched. So again, it might be my cup of tea, it might not, but that episode really spoke to me. So if you do have a chance, please just watch that episode or that whole podcast and let me know your views, because I did a bit of a dive into social media because I think they were trending, whatever the case may be. Uhungani speaking about his life journey, and he speaks about the challenges of parenting. He's so respectful in how he's speaking. He's breaking it down so he's eloquently. It's so amazing hearing a man, even though he's opening his heart and talking about his pain and his challenges, not disrespecting his wife, not disrespecting his family, not disrespecting his marriage, And it's crazy because then you jump onto X and that same clip where he's speaking about his challenges, about being a parent, our sisters are tearing him apart. There's a situation that he speaks about in the podcast, and they've taken a soundbite out of it, where he speaks about the pain of miscarriage. And he speaks about him and his wife having a miscarriage in 2020, and how she then says to him, please, can you call my mom? In her moments of pain, in her moments of being extremely vulnerable, she asks her husband to call her mom. And he then says in the podcast that really did hurt him. It hurt him because he felt like he wasn't enough. He felt like he was missing something, and she had to then call her mom, of which he then did. They took that as a soundbite, and him speaking about parenting and him speaking about all those dynamics. They took that as a soundbite and they said, how selfish is he? His wife just had a miscarriage and he's thinking about himself. And I'm like, you women say to men, tell us how you feel. Men tell you how they feel, and then you say they are selfish. Tell me how you feel. Oh, I feel hurt. Oh, you're so selfish. He didn't not call her mom. He was saying, I'm your husband. If you are married for religious reasons, or traditionally, whatever the case is, let's just say religious. They say you leave your family to become one with your husband or your wife. That's what is said. The same way that when they speak about it traditionally, you leave your family when and then you come through and you and I'm your first point of anything. No, she goes and yearns for her mom. Nothing wrong. Many women would yearn for their mom. They're closer to their mom, woman to woman, 1,001 reasons. But that doesn't take away his pain. Why is it that we can't we both hear them out? Like, sure, she needs her mom for additional, okay, sure. But he's also feeling a type of way because he also just lost a child. The same way that we say we fell pregnant, we are pregnant, we are delivering, the same way that we say we are taking care of this child, we are financially supporting them, why can't we say we are having a miscarriage? I get it. It's the woman who's feeling the most pain because physically, hormone, we get that. But why are we discarding the male pain in all of this? Like, he's what? He doesn't feel anything? No one is disputing how the sister is feeling. You sisters say we must talk and say how we feel. When we do talk, we are selfish. We are this. We are making it about us. We make it. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Then you shocked that men aren't talking? Every time he said something, they took a little soundbite, they posted it on an X, and all of a sudden you're reading all these feminists just say the most biggest bullshit ever. He never ever, throughout the whole podcast, watch it for yourself, have your own opinion. He didn't speak bad about his wife. He didn't speak bad about her feelings. He didn't diminish any part of anything. He just spoke about his part. Is he allowed to talk about his part? Is he? He's not saying my wife wasn't hurt. He's speaking about parenting, and he's speaking about the fact that men are so underprepared when it comes to parenting, yet there's so many expectations. He's speaking about the fact that when women fall pregnant, a lot of women, they either go back home to their mothers or their mothers come to visit and look after the child, and they assist and they teach the mother. However, no one is teaching him. Should the mother leave, he's now stuck. He doesn't know. He has to now figure it out, and then he's called all these type of words when he's not able to by you guys, go society, go social media. And Umchita is just being vulnerable. He's being honest. He's talking about his own points, and people are still going at him. And I'm watching this and I'm like, this is so bullshit, because he's literally speaking about speaking to a segment of men that are voiceless. He speaks about going to bookstores looking for parenting books on being a father, and he's saying, Wuti, there's little to nothing. So you go in there blind. And then you have the audacity to have females that say, yeah, but vele men weren't like this, men weren't vele like that. Okay, sharp. Then if we become those men, then you guys crucify us even more. If we become those men that you say vele men shouldn't, or men traditionally weren't, when we become those men, you call us chauvinists. When we become those men, you call us misogynists. When we become those men, you call us sexists. How do we win? How do we win? You know, this guy is saying, use me first as your husband. I am but one. When we joined and we stood and we said our vows in front of God and our families, we have chosen to become one. Use me first. I'm not saying don't bring your mom, my mom to supplement and assist us. I'm saying use me first. You go around me and go to your mom. Okay, sharp. He's not mad. I would have been, but he's not. He's just saying, hey, I also am bleeding. I'm also hurt. There's a dynamic that people never speak about when it comes to marriage that so many men don't understand, and so many women don't understand. You know, they speak about marriage in its TV sense. You know, no person that I know today actually truly understands it from a religious point. No one truly practices it from a religious point. You know, as the man being the head and you being the neck, because you're busy pushing and fighting and challenging your husband. Where does that say that in the Bible? Traditionally, you're pushing back and you want what you want, equality in the home. Where does it say that in tradition? So if you don't do it for religious reasons and traditional, then what are you doing? You want us to celebrate and just have a party, and wear a white wedding and wear a white dress? Or you don't even know what you're doing. So what are the chances of failure because you don't know what you're doing in 5 years, in 10 years' time? Extremely high. Here's the dynamic about having kids that people don't understand. If you have kids, Machita, I'm talking to the men. If you have kids, be ready to be your wife or your baby mama's side nigga. That means her energy, her time, her love, her emotions will primarily go to the baby. Rightfully so, I'm not even mad. But the reality is, if you are just loving me selfishly for the past 10 years, poof, that disappears overnight. Poof, 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 poof. Now I have to adjust to that. And I must be fine and I must be understanding. No one has told me this. No one has told me this. I've been so close to the fire for 10 years. Next thing, I'm the ginger step kid that no one cares about. You guys hide me in the bell tower, like a hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm an embarrassment essentially to this situation. It is you and the baby and me. It is not us. And I've seen this time and time and time again in relationships. And new dads are so dumb because they're dizzy to it. If you're a father of one child, you have no fucking clue what I'm talking about, because your child is so young and you think in your mind it's the three of you guys against the world, because that's how ignorant you are. And you will see it with time, as slowly things happen, that it's mom and child and you. You are Joseph in this situation. It's Mary and Jesus. You Joseph. You are a role player. You don't star in this movie. You're nothing. And you will learn, and the moment it hits you like a ton of bricks. And I see so many guys, what they do, they start coming home late from work. They go to the bar. They get themselves a pain because, again, they don't know. They don't know where they fit in all of this. It feels like a nasty breakup. However, she's still in your life. And it happens because no one teaches you this on the journey of adulting. No one teaches you this as you're an adult. All we know is these young people, oh, adulting is so hard, adulting is so hard. Do you know what's hard in adulting? Parenting. If you bitching and moaning about adulting, let me tell you, parenting is a different level. And if you think parenting one child is tough, try parenting two. And if you think parenting two is tough, try parenting three. There's so many dynamics and it keeps going. If you think parenting little, try parenting teenagers. All of these new challenges that no one has fucking prepared you for. And you're just trying to figure it out and getting judged the whole way. You're not fathering the way that social media says you need to father. You're not doing this. You're not parenting. Oh, how much do you pay for your child a month? 800 Rand a month. Oh, you're a deadbeat. I might be doing the best that I can with every little thing that I have. That's maybe the last bit of anything that I can squeeze out. What child do you? I'm doing the absolute best. Then you shouldn't have had a child. What? Who told you that? Why must my child have Louis Vuitton fucking nappies? The child can live with this. The daycare is good enough for me as a dad. The food is good enough for me as a dad. The mother wants the child to eat caviar and lobster. That's why she'll call me deadbeat on X. When we were still together loving, I was great. She loved me. We were trying this parenting thing. The moment me and her didn't align and it didn't work out and we separated, all of a sudden now she wants 10,000 Rand a child for every single month. Plus I must put the child in my medical aid. Plus I must pay school fees. And should I not do that, I'm a deadbeat. She writes it on X. And all these fucking hating ass feminist bitches, they there agree. All the women who are happily married and understand what I'm talking about, you won't see them spewing bullshit on X. No offense, even when I was listening to Losisi Upasi, the host, and she was speaking about co-parenting, I was like, oh, you also have a failed relationship. That's why you're coming with these feminist tendencies. Because ngempela makhuluma ngembokodo that know how to hold umendo and they know how to hold the household, they don't have time to be talking about this shit because they understand the dynamics are so technical and so nuanced, and a lot of it has to be us having these robust discussions instead of saying you should. Say mina ngumama wena ubaba, wena uyikhanda, I will be led by you. Yes, I love my mother and I wish that she could come and assist us. Baba, ngisacela phela ukuthi ngifonele umama so that she can come and help us here. Going through ngiyacela. Traditionally, that's how it's worked. But because now you want to be feminist, but at the same time you want a man to lead you, but at the same time you want equality, but at the same time you must earn 10 times more than you, but at the same time you must kuningi nani nje bakhandena kugcwele nje into engazi isikhokho esingekho. And understanding, for not shut and understanding what that is. You have no clue. You shut away TV. You have no clue. You want to start families and you have no clue on how difficult and challenging it can be. Emotionally, mentally, financially, all of the above. So when I'm cheetah, you need to be patient with Usis. You need to be understanding with Usis. Understanding what she's going through changes. Physically, hormonal, mentally, she's going through so many changes. Now where see, you must understand that he also is going through his own challenges because he's thinking about the financial pressure, he's thinking about the parenting, he's thinking about, he doesn't know what the fuck to do. Is he ready? You must understand, Wuti, unlike you, Sissy, where you have this thing growing inside of you and you're feeling the kicks and you're feeling the movements. For you, the bonding has been happening over the past 40 weeks. For him, it has to happen over time once the child is born. He still has to deal with the demons in his mind that says, is this child even mine? You know it's your child. He's told it's his child. Yeah, but what do you take me for? You think I'm a hoe? No. No, don't do that. Don't underplay. Don't underplay his pain because he's not going to underplay your pain. Don't underplay his insecurity because he's not going to underplay your insecurity. When you feel like you're a little bit too fat, when you feel like you're a little bit not as sexy as you used to be, his job is to make you feel even sexier. The same way that your job is to make him feel more secure in himself as well. If he feels financially not strong enough, your job is to say, baby, what we have is a blessing and it's more than enough. Your job is to build him. And if you're going to motivate him, you'll say, and I know, good to another baby, you can do even more because God has blessed you. That's how we build this. That's how we build this. But for us to run around the corners, If lightly they cook food, and I'm not, as Umamsi would have cooked this food better. Hey, let's call Umamsi. Hey, no, I should, no, guys. No. So I was following the story, and I was just like, as in, men will stop talking again. And men will do the same thing that men do. They'll get depressed. They'll run away and leave single moms. They'll divorce. They will have side chicks. They will drink themselves. They will hurt themselves. They'll commit suicide. They will hurt Tusisi. They'll hurt the kids. They'll do all these things because they don't have an outlet. The second they speak, they get judged for talking about their feelings. And they talk about their feelings, not trying to bring other people down. They're talking about their feelings, not because they're not appreciative. Go to mama uphekile ukudla. Oh, mama uphekile ukudla kwaze kwamnandi. I'm just saying I'm still hungry. Oh, you're so entitled. You're so... No, I said thank you. It's delicious, this food. It's not a reflection. I'm just telling you how I feel because you asked me for my opinion. I'm giving it. You are telling us all the time, men speak. It's June. It's the month of what you speak. We're speaking and you guys are hitting us. We're speaking and you guys are dragging us. And what's the most fucked up thing? I told you, all these women that are speaking are sour because they're childless or they have no relationship, and people that the real men that love them, and all the guys that are talking shit is they also don't have kids or and understand this pain that Dumchita is going through. It's guys, because I can relate as a father. I've got 4 kids, guys. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I know it's not easy on the mothers. I know it's not easy for me. So who am I to judge their mothering? The same way, who are they to judge my fathering? Because I know they're doing 150% best wabo. So they must also give me the same praise. I might not do exactly what they want to do, but know that I'm doing the best that I can. Because they must understand that they might not be doing exactly what I want them to do, but I understand that they're doing the best that they can. And my 400 rand was sitting at Papata and living room because I know that's the most contribution that she can because it's her child and she wants the best. So now I'm 400 rand, now he finds the same thing. Yes, in an ideal world, we're giving a billion rand, but unfortunately, that's the situation. In an ideal world, you want to go to every single child's event. And Uputi said, sometimes you can't, and that's okay, that's life. But don't judge me and call me a shit dad because I couldn't make it to the Father's Day chapel. I've been to other things. It's unfortunate that I had back-to-back meetings at that time because I need to try and provide as well. Guys. Kunzima. Adulting is so tough. Adulting is ibomzali ube nezingane boma 2 3 mase ngiyafika ngizositshela adulting. I've never heard parents complaining about how tough adulting. It's always nje abantu abano 25 abasingile abahlala kuma one room abacomplain ngo adulting. Asikhuleni bafethu. Asikhuleni kusanzima le phambili. Asilekelelane as best as we can. Sikane njalo sibhizisa umuntu maye vulnerable ekhuluma nina no perepereza. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. Share this video if you think it could start and spark a conversation just again so that we can assist each other. Please like, share, subscribe, do all those amazing things. Hit the notification bell and have a blessed day. Guys, I'm out.